Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. Please take a second to hit that subscribe button. I like to cover missing person cases, true crime cases, and anything and everything in between. Hit that button. It's not going to cost you any money. We definitely are not going to spam you. And while you're at it, please go ahead and turn on your notifications. That way you're notified the moment I post another video. And to all of my returning creepy fam members, thank you so much for once again showing up and giving part of your day to Sara Nicole Graham's case and all of the other cases that I cover on this channel. Really quickly, I do want to remind my Creepy Fam members that my limited edition Creepy Fam merch is still available. It's available for another about 11 to 12 days. That's the campaign, and it does come in different colors similar to these. Just wanted to remind you guys the link to go to these shirts to check out if there's anything that you would like for yourself. There's different styles, will be the first line in the description box below. So today, unfortunately, I have another missing person case, and this one is as tragic as the others. They're always so tragic, and this one doesn't have a lot of information, but the information that I have gathered is very interesting to say the least. So Sara Nicole Graham was only 18 years old when she went missing from North Carolina. She disappeared on February 5th, 2015. Now, both of her parents at the time happened to be police deputies, which also makes this case a little suspicious considering who one of the suspects is. Now, I want to give you as many pertinent details as possible, so I will, based off of the very limited information I can find online, which is really suspicious to me. I always find it very strange, I don't know if you guys do, but I find it very strange when there is a disappearance or an unsolved crime and one of the parties to, like the person related to the person, happens to be a police officer of some sort. And then there's like very limited information. It could be a total coincidence, but in my opinion, things like that just kind of are like a little red flag to me, and I just note it in the back of my head. So I want you guys to kind of think about that as I go through the case details that I can find online. Sara Nicole Graham was 18 years old at the time of her disappearance, so she would be 22 years old today. She was on her way to Walmart, where she was a cashier and also a door greeter. So one of the last things she was seen wearing was that blue vest that we're all familiar, I guess, if you go to Walmart. Sara Nicole Graham was last seen, like I said, in Fairmont, North Carolina on February 4th, 2015. So she was last seen leaving her home in the 4000 block of the Centerfield Church Road at around 6:30 in the morning. Like I said, she was on her way to her work at Walmart. So she left at 6:30. She hopped into her car, which happened to be her father's Chevrolet van. It was registered to her father, and her time to clock in was at 7 o'clock in the morning. Well, she never did, and she has never been seen or heard from since. So what's very kind of creepy about this is she worked at Walmart, that's where she was going to, and yet her van was found that same day. It was abandoned, it was locked, there was no sign of struggle or forced entry in the van whatsoever, but it was not parked at her place of work. It was not parked at Walmart. So it was actually parked in a wheat field off of East McDonald, several feet off the road, with no indications that a struggle had taken place. So that in itself is really bizarre, because if you think about it, if she had been, if someone had robbed her, they would have taken the van. There would have been a struggle. There would have been something. I don't think that the van would have been locked and just left abandoned like that. Like it doesn't add up whatsoever. To me, it makes it seem like someone that did this had a key to the van, and we're gonna get into why I think that in a little bit. So remember, she left at 6:30 in the morning. The police didn't find the van until 12:15 p.m. that day, so almost 6 hours later. However, there are witnesses that did say they saw this vehicle parked and abandoned 15 minutes after she left her home. They saw it at 6:45 in the morning. Again, a little weird. So she lived with her mom in Texas, and then decided to move and live with her father and her stepmother. Both of these people would seem like upstanding citizens. They both worked for the Robeson's Sheriff Department. 6 weeks after the disappearance of Sara Nicole Graham, her stepmother was fired. Now, it is said that she was fired for reasons that had nothing to do with the disappearance of her stepdaughter. However, she is named as a suspect in the disappearance as of the last time I checked, as of now.
Early this morning, I learned from some sources very close to the case that the FBI is considering her stepmother as a suspect in the case. The department said her release was not connected to the disappearance of her stepdaughter, but sources close to the investigation tell WREL that the FBI is now considering her a suspect in the case. We're told that charges and an arrest may be imminent. We have some calls in to try to get some more information about that. Linda will pass it on when we receive it.
Very sad. Gilbert Bayes live in Fayetteville.
What is also very strange about her stepmother being let go 6 weeks after the disappearance of her stepdaughter is this woman worked for the sheriff's department for 23 years. So she works for 23 years at the sheriff's department, the Robeson Sheriff's Department in Robeson County in North Carolina. And then 6 weeks after her stepdaughter randomly, mysteriously disappears with no sign of a struggle, the car is locked, that sort of thing, she gets fired 6 weeks later. I know for a fact, looking into this case, I did a lot of research as much as I possibly could. I read a ton of Reddit threads. The police are keeping very tight-lipped about whatever information they have. I know this is an ongoing investigation. In fact, the FBI does have an entire poster, which obviously I'll be putting on the screen. And there is a $5,000 reward for information leading to the location of Sara Nicole Graham and or information leading to the suspects or whoever had anything to do with it, that sort of thing. So there is an interesting thread on Reddit. Remember, whatever we see on Reddit doesn't necessarily mean it is facts. These are also speculations. These are theories. I'm not necessarily trying to jump into theories right away, but this case has such limited information that I feel like it's okay to kind of jump around with the theories and then go back to some more facts, but there isn't that much. But I am very intrigued by this case simply because of her stepmother's position at the sheriff's department. And I really do feel like they have something. I do feel like they know something, and they did name her as a suspect, as far as I know, allegedly. And some people are saying, did she run away or something more sinister? And it is totally uncharacteristic, according to close family and friends and sources, for Sara to do anything like this. Like, she was a very loving person. She loved her family. She loved her mom. She loved her dad. She didn't leave her mom's house for any weird reason. She just wanted to live with her dad in North Carolina. And she was a bubbly, vivacious, just wonderful, great employee. She loved her job, and it was not like her to not show up. She wasn't someone that would just disappear and leave. This is not the case of someone that wanted to go start a new life somewhere. If that were the case, I think she would, in my opinion, she would be pretty open about it, very much like how she moved from Texas to North Carolina. I should say Texas to North Carolina. So if that were the case, I don't believe that she would have to hide it. She was just very open and honest with everybody in her family. So it says, like I said to you, the car was seen at 6:45 in the morning, according to sources and witnesses. Why weren't the police there until almost 6 hours later? I know that when my car was discovered in the field one morning by a policeman, it was not nearly 6 hours after I had left it, and they notified my parents immediately. Does this delay in response mean anything? Now remember, at the time, her stepmother is working for the police department as well as her father. Could they have possibly delayed this to make time for someone to, you know, this is a theory, to take her body somewhere and dispose of it? I don't know. And how is it that the crime scene was so impeccably clean? No signs of a struggle. The car was locked. It didn't look like someone just like dragged her out of her car and then locked it, and there's no sign of any of that. And if that did happen, then somebody, you know, they could quite possibly have her keys. You know, that's obviously a very good possibility. But then again, you know, maybe they needed that time to clean all of the evidence away. And who knows better at what to look for evidence than a police officer? Who other person knows best? They do. I'm not saying that her stepmother for sure did it, but it doesn't look good for her, if that makes sense. And then also her being let go definitely does not look good, and her being named a suspect is very weird. So there is a very strange theory to this case, and again, I can't find anything that has weight to this that would actually, you know, that gives it any validity other than just a theory and speculations. But there is a theory that her stepbrother was in love with her. So her stepmom had a son from another marriage. It wasn't her half-brother, but her stepbrother. And he, I guess, tried to make a move on her or something like that. And this is all alleged. I do not know, obviously. And allegedly, Sara Nicole rejected him. He got pissed off, killed her. His mother found out and helped him cover it up. That's one theory. So here's a little bit of information about Connie Graham. She joined the sheriff's office as a telecommunicator on June 6, 1990. Following a 15-month break from the job that began July 13, 1995, she returned to telecommunications on November 1st, 1996. She was promoted to telecommunicator supervisor on April 1st, 1999. So that actually was, the third birthday of Sara? As a school resource officer on February 1st, 2001, and a detective on June 1st, 2007. A position she held until her March 18th dismissal. So not only did she work for the Robeson's sheriff's office, but she was a detective. So she moved her way up, you know, the ladder. And as a detective, you certainly know what to do to, I would guess, to cover up clues in an investigation if you had anything to do with it. I'm not saying she did because I don't know. Her dismissal was March 18th of 2015. And this was posted on the Robeson County Sheriff's Facebook page. It says, "The Robeson County Sheriff's Office is grateful for your assistance in publicizing Sara Graham's disappearance on social media, flyers, and word of mouth. I know citizens are eager to know more about our investigation. Please understand that publicly sharing specific details of our case could be harmful to the integrity of our investigation and would not be in the best interest of our efforts to find Sara. Our CSO detectives, in conjunction with the FBI, are working day and night on this case, and we won't stop till we find her." Former Deputy Connie Graham has been terminated from her employment as Deputy Sheriff as of March 19th, 2015. Her termination is a personal matter. Thank you to all for your understanding to assist us with this investigation. I will release more about the ongoing investigation as soon as I am able. Again, thank you all for your concern for Sara, her family, and for your understanding about protecting details of our investigation. Someone did say termination for someone with Connie's tenure would probably take a long time as proof would have to be in place. Whatever she did to be terminated probably happened months before. Also, terminations are often followed by the LEO getting an attorney and fighting the decision as they feel they were wrongly accused, and their tenure offers a reason to fight the decision. There is no indication that Connie has done this. I have not seen anything that states Connie was on leave of absence, which is done until police are charged or not charged or found guilty or innocent after the trial. There are some theories that Sara did commit suicide. Now, again, with all of these theories, except for the one involving the stepmother, not the one with the brother theory, the stepbrother theory, but her stepmother having something to do with it, there really is no weight to any of them. So please don't take what I say to be fact. Again, a theory is just exactly that, a theory. You guys watch these cases because we want to sit here and talk together. I want to know your guys' theories. Again, there isn't that much information, but it is a very, very strange case, and I had to just bring it to you guys because the fact that her mom, her stepmom, her father, they all work at the sheriff's department, not her mom, but her stepmother and her father, and then her stepmother getting fired, it's just like, hi, like, I feel like, how could it not be connected? So some theories are also that she committed suicide. They say the fact that it was so clean that the crime scene was so clean, and it happened 15 minutes after she went to work, so it gave enough time to where there wasn't enough of an alarm bell going off. So like, she left at 6:30 in the morning, left her car at 6:45. She knew she had another, another 15 minutes or so to do what she was going to do. But then again, they combed the areas. They looked, they searched for her. I surely feel like they would have found evidence of her committing suicide. Do you know what I'm saying? In this field, as you can see on screen, there's a ton of areas to go missing, but they did comb the areas. They did a thorough search party for her and nothing turned up. And if something did turn up, authorities are keeping it to themselves because they do not want to taint the investigation, which I completely respect. Because as you can see, the public can twist things around. They can alert the suspects or other suspects that they are getting close to coming in on them. And sometimes cases, most times cases take years and years and years and years and years to solve and to conclude. So this could be very well, this is definitely a case that I want to continue watching because I don't think it's even close to being done yet, but I do feel like they are zoning in on the suspect. So let me give you some descriptives of Sara. So at the time of her disappearance, so according to NamUs and all of the other descriptives online, she did have braces on her teeth. She had short brown, kind of curly hair, and she was 5'4". She doesn't have any aliases or nicknames that I can see online. She did weigh 160 pounds, give or take, and she was Native and Alaskan American. So the last thing that people vividly remember her wearing is her blue Walmart work vest. I can't find what else she was wearing, but she did wear eyeglasses, and another very distinctive characteristic is that she did have braces. If she is alive today, she would be 22 years old. Her case number for the record is 1243889 in case you have any information. I am going to leave all of the sources and the pertinent details down below, any authorities you can contact. Like I said, there is a $5,000 reward for her safe return and or information leading to information regarding her case. Her stepmother's name is Connie Graham, and she is the one that worked for the Robeson's Police Department for 23 years, and she has been named as a suspect in the case, I do believe. But it does say that Sheriff Ken Seeley has declined to elaborate, calling it a personal decision on why she was let go, but that it's not connected to the disappearance of Sara. May be made and charges filed. So according to sources close to this case, they did tell a Lumberton, North Carolina news station that the FBI, which joined the investigation early that month, does consider Connie Graham a suspect in the case, and they added that an arrest and charges may be made. Sara Nicole Graham was born on April 1st, 1996. I do believe that when the FBI gets involved in missing person cases, they do consider them to be foul play. In my opinion, I don't know for sure, but I do think that that means that they know more and they consider it to be foul play, and it's not the case of someone that just decided to start a new life and go live their life, because the FBI knows a lot of things and they could probably very well see and track this person's movements and know, like, oh, okay, so they moved to another state, they don't want anyone to know where they're at. And if you're an adult, you have that right. You don't have to have anybody know where you live unless you're running from the law, and in her case, she's certainly not doing that. So for them to offer a reward and make what is a big deal out about this case, then I do believe that foul play definitely is involved in this. Here's a direct quote from the sheriff working on this investigation. "I know citizens are eager to know more about our investigation. Please understand that publicly sharing specific details of our case could be harmful to the integrity of our investigation and would not be in the best interest of our efforts to find Sara," Seeley said in a statement. "Robeson County Sheriff's Office detectives, in conjunction with the FBI, are working day and night on this case, and we won't stop until we find her." So they are asking if anyone has any information regarding the disappearance and or whereabouts or parties involved with the disappearance of Sara Nicole Graham to please contact the FBI in Charlotte, North Carolina at 704-672-6100, or the Robeson County Sheriff's Office at 910-671-3100. So yeah, guys, unfortunately that is all that I have to offer you on the disappearance of Sara Nicole Graham. I'm so sorry. I wish I had more. I have scoured the internet, and if you guys happen to know anything that I missed, please, for the love of God, please leave it down in the description box below. I appreciate you guys doing so. I appreciate your input. I want to know what you guys think happened. I think we can kind of speculate that a certain person may or may not have had something to do with her disappearance, but again, we don't know for sure. There is a Finding Sara Nicole Facebook page that I will also link down. But anyways, thank you guys so much for your time. Thank you for giving Sara Nicole Graham your time of day. Again, if you have any information, please locate your local FBI office or the one in Charlotte, and also any of the numbers that I listed down below. I love you guys so much. Please remember to subscribe to my channel. It's free. I'm not going to spam you. And also turn on your notifications. That way you're notified the moment I post another video. Also, you know, I like to just let this, you know, be known at the end of the video, but I do have a Patreon if you are interested in supporting this channel and the cases. I have donated to other channels that are part of the true crime community in order to continue to grow this community, because I think we need more people spreading awareness for people that cannot do it for themselves. Again, just to remind you guys, the Creepy Fam merch has dropped. It is limited edition and it will only be available for 2 weeks. So go ahead and check that out in the description box down below also. I love you guys so much. Please remember to always be kind to yourself and other. Leave me any case suggestions in the comments down below. Again, I do these cases with the utmost respect to the families and individuals involved, and all I want to do is spread awareness and hopefully one day again locate someone, because one of my videos did in fact find a person that was missing, and I am so very proud of that. So I do this for a purpose. There is a huge purpose behind this that is bigger than all of us, bigger than I do this with a purpose that is bigger than myself or any of us or anything that we could think of. And I'm so grateful that my videos can help find people, because it has happened. It's happened before, and that was probably the best day of my life since doing this, because it just showed me that this is not for nothing. Do you know what I mean? This is not just like entertainment. This is, I have a purpose. I have a mission, and this is what it is. So I love you guys so much, and I'll see you later. Mwah. Bye.